We're James and Holly, and for over 10 years we've both been spending all of our hard-earned money on travel, but things are about to change.
We bought a house!
And the house we have bought is a doer-upper, so we've got to do everything in the house, and we've never done anything quite like this before, so we're complete novices. Welcome to our new adventure.
Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 16 of the House Build what do I say? Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 16 of the House Renovation series.
And we are getting so close now to moving into the house. As you're about to see in today's episode, that we have basically done the upstairs. There's a few little things which we show you, which basically means that we can almost move in. We're still not in, but we're so close.
But before we get on with today's video, we just wanted to say a huge thank you to all the amazing comments we had on the last video.
I was obviously quite nervous to actually release that beginning bit of the last video, but after we read all of your incredibly positive and awesome comments, it so made it worth it. It was so nice to actually get things off of my chest, or our chest, and read your responses and how you guys are feeling in this kind of strange time and stuff. So we just wanted to say thank you, and if you have no idea what I'm on about and you haven't watched the last video, go back and watch that one, then carry on and watch this one. So I'm not sure if any of you guys actually realised, but at the beginning of the last video I was actually sat in the main bedroom. I thought I was going to get some comments of people like looking behind me saying, is that the main bedroom of the house? Because we've not actually shown what it looks like for a little while, and since you've last seen it, we've put the shelves on the wall. We've got these really cool hanging lights with these Edison bulbs, which are smart bulbs. They change colour temperature, they kind of turn on when the sun rises and stuff. You can control it by your phone or by the smart switches we've got on the walls. There's one kind of final major thing we have to do, and that is sort out the floor, because as you can see here, we still have the wooden floor on the floor. The wooden floor on the floor. The floor is still wooden, which we don't want. We want carpet put down. But before we do that, we're going to be putting down electric underfloor heating. So you obviously saw me put the electric underfloor heating down in the bathroom. This kind of room is a little bit different because there's a different flooring. In the bathroom, we obviously had tiles. On this floor, we've got wood, and then it's going to be carpet. So there's a few different kind of procedures we have to do. One of them is to put this down, which is a insulation foam. So this basically gets stuck to the wooden floor with some spray adhesives. And then the electric underfloor heating, which is this mat here, this then has to get rolled out in the same kind of way which we did in the bathroom, where you don't put it underneath things that are potentially going to go on top of it. So for instance, in the bedroom, you don't want to be putting the electric underfloor heating down underneath a bed, because then you're just heating the underneath the bed and you could get a hot spot and it's just a waste of heat. So I have to basically work out where's the main kind of walking area in the bedroom and get this all stuck down. Nice, stuck well. Now this is all stuck down onto the main bedroom floor, I'm going to go into the spare bedroom, which is basically our gaming room, and I'm going to do the exact same thing again. Going to get that insulating foam stuck onto the floor, and I've just kind of started putting some extra screws down in the floor here. I put a lot of nails on this floor. Wow, it's like super dark. Hold on. That's a little bit better. The nails I used to hold the board down in this room just seem to have, they just don't seem to be strong enough, and there's a little bit of give on the actual plyboard because the floor was already a little bit uneven. So what I'm going to do is actually go around and put a few more kind of screws in this floor to hold it down, because the last thing I want is to walk around on this floor once it's all done and carpeted and notice there's a little bit like squidginess in the wooden kind of subfloor. So screw, and then I can put the insulated foam down. also shows the importance of labeling things. So I obviously wrote on this bit of wood here that there were some pipes underneath. So when I put these screws in, I made sure that I didn't pierce those water pipes. And then also over here, I wrote there was wires underneath here and underneath here. So when I put my screws in, I've avoided it each time. Before I put down the electric underfloor heating, I now need to basically go around the room and mark off the bits where I don't want the underfloor heating to go under. For instance, in the bedroom, we don't want it to go under the bed. And in the spare bedroom, the gaming room, we're having a big kind of sofa down this wall here. So I'm basically going to mark out here with some masking tape where that sofa is going to be, because we don't want that electric underfloor heating to be underneath it, because like I explained before, we don't want to cause any hot spots, and it's just a waste of energy and heat to be heating things up which don't need to be heated up. For instance, the bottom end of a sofa. So that should pretty much do it for this room. We're having that one big nice kind of sofa bed in this corner here. This is where our consoles are going to be, and our TV is going to be up against the walls. These two marked off points means that I'm not going to lay my underfloor heating underneath any of these. But the other thing we have to remember is that the underfloor has to be about 15 centimeters off of the wall as well, because you don't want it to be too close into the wall and potentially heat up the actual wall itself. Is what you need to remember with underfloor heating is when you buy it, you can't actually cut it any shorter. So as you can see here, I've rolled the underfloor heating out and I've hit the wall, so I'm basically going to have to turn it and then cut these slithers of the actual cable and come back on itself, because I can't just cut the cable shorter because it's made and designed in a certain way that you can't actually do that. Cutting this is kind of a scary thing, because you just need to make sure that you don't actually cut the wire.
Cut the cable.
If you cut the wire, the whole thing is not going to work. So once you've cut a slither, just like this, we can then spin it, which way? Spin it over to the sticky side, and then basically stick it down. And then do that a few times to use up the rest of the roll. And then, good to go. I actually need a coffee break right now. Whilst I was drinking my coffee, I reread the instructions, which I probably should have done before, but you know me, I don't do things the normal way or the straightforward way. I said in the spare bedroom then that the heating mat has to be about 15 centimeters away from the wall or from any kind of surfaces. That was actually what I remembered from doing the bathroom. If you're near water, for instance, a bath or a shower, it has to be about 15 centimeters away. In a bedroom like this, it can go a lot closer. It can go down to about 5 centimeters away off of the wall or wardrobes or beds or anything. So it doesn't change anything in the spare bedroom, because the way the mat went down was fine as it is. But now I'm in here, that does mean that I can potentially push that heating mat slightly closer to the wall or to the bed or something. So I'm basically going to have to remark out the floor where the bed's going to go and the wardrobe and stuff. And then I can get the heating mat stuck down in here. But first I need to finish this coffee and rest my knees. My knees are getting a little bit sore at the moment. And one of the most important things you have to remember when you're doing underfloor heating is you need to work out a way how to get the cable from the underfloor heating through the center of the wall and then out to where your thermostat's going to go. So we obviously replaced these walls about 6 months ago, and I remember to put a bit of string from where the thermostat's going to go out under the floor. So that basically means now that I can tie this underfloor heating cable to the string, and then I can use this string and I can pull it through, which will guide it up through the wall and then out through the thermostat, because you don't want to get to a point where you have to start making holes in the walls or trying to put a long kind of pole through and try to connect to it and stuff, because that would be very tricky. This is basically the easiest and quickest way of doing it. I'm waiting for the carpets to be fitted into the bedrooms, I thought I'd come into the bathroom and fix a few things to the wall. I'm basically going to be putting on here the towel rail, and we've actually got a infrared towel rail from Herschel's. Now, I'm thinking of doing a standalone video to explain to you guys what a infrared panel is, because we've actually got infrared panels in the bedrooms, and this is also going to be an infrared panel as well for our heat. So if you want me to actually release a standalone video regarding these infrared panels, let me know in the description down below, because I could actually do that instead of talking too much in one video about these. But basically they all run off electric. So what I've got to do now is work out where I want to put it onto the wall. As you can kind of see here, I've drew a few lines and a few points where the bracket for the infrared panel has to go onto the wall. It's quite scary because we've obviously got this bathroom all nicely tiled, and now I have to get a drill and drill it through the tiles. So the pressure of getting those holes in the right place the first time, the pressure's quite high. And a little pro tip about drilling into these tiles, these are porcelain tiles, not to use a normal drill bit, a masonry drill bit, because it just completely blunts it and ruins the drill bit. You have to use a like ceramic or glass cutting, porcelain cutting drill bit, which are these here, which look obviously completely different, but these will cut through these tiles like butter, where the tiles will basically destroy any other form of drill bit you use. So that's why we've got to use these little drill bits. As you can see, this looks super duper smart, very nice, new, modern and fresh and clean. And then Hollie's towel appears just to see what it actually looks like. And it fits towels lovely. There's a nice big gap, because normally on a little towel rail you have to like wedge the towels in behind them. Not sure what I think about the colour theme though, Hollie.
Questionable, isn't it?
Questionable.
Nice black and white towel.
I think we go black and white, or like charcoal or something in here. Probably not the bright pink.